Good morning, Team Alabama. We are so glad that you are back in person. We're going to keep reading in Hatchet, and we are on page 46, and this is the second part of chapter 5. Page 46, please turn in your books and Chromebook to page 46, and we are down in the second half of the page on that fourth paragraph. And on his belt, somehow still there, the hatchet his mother had given him. He had forgotten it and now reached around and took it out and put it in the grass. There was a touch of rust already forming on the cutting edge of the blade, and he rubbed it off with his thumb. That was it. He frowned. No, wait. If he was going to play the game, might as well play it right. Perpitch would tell him to quit messing around and get motivated. Look at all of it. Robeson. He had on a pair of good tennis shoes, now almost dry, and socks, and jeans, and underwear, and a thin leather belt, and a t-shirt with a windbreaker so torn that it hung on him in tatters. And a watch. He had a digital watch still on his wrist, but it was broken from the crash. The little screen blank, and he took it off and almost threw it away, but stopped the hand motion and lay the watch on the grass with the rest of it. There, that was it. No, wait, one other thing. There were all the things that he had, but he also had himself. Perpitch used to drum that into them. You are your most valuable asset. Don't forget that. You are the best thing you have. Brian looked around again. I wish you were here, Perpitch. I'm hungry, and I'd trade everything I have for a hamburger. I'm hungry. He said it aloud, in normal tones at first, and then louder and louder until he was yelling, I'm hungry! I'm hungry! I'm hungry! When he stopped, there was a sudden silence, not just from him, but the clicks and the blurps and the bird sounds of the forest as well. The noise of his voice had startled everything, and it was quiet. He looked around and listened with his mouth open and realized that in all of his life he had never heard silence before. Complete silence. There had always been some sound, some kind of sound. It lasted only a few seconds, but it was so intense that it seemed to become part of him. Nothing. There was no sound. Then the birds started again, and some kind of buzzing insect, and then a chattering and a cawing, and soon there was that same background of sound, which left him still hungry. Of course, he thought, putting the coins and the rest back in his pocket and the hatchet in his belt. Of course, if they came tonight, or even if they came as long as tomorrow, the hunger is no big thing. People have gone for many days without food, as long as they've got water. Even if they don't come until late tomorrow, I'll be all right. Lose a little weight, maybe, but the first hamburger and a malt and fries will bring it right back. A mental picture of a hamburger, the way they showed it in the television commercials, thundered into his thoughts. Rich colors, the meat juicy and hot. He pushed the picture